catalyst on the defensive end. DeMar DeRozan isn't that. I've said that as a huge Spurs fan. DeMar DeRozan offensively great. Now, if we had maybe like a Patrick Beverly and maybe the PG-13, then DeMar would fit perfect. But knowing Pop and his system, he needs a catalyst on defense, and right now they don't have it.
Yeah.
So now we trying to figure out who can we get that's going to be the defensive catalyst of the team, because right now it's no defensive identity on that team, and Pop all about that defense. At least to have a catalyst, in turn, it'll spread to where, like the Danny Greens, the Ginobili's at the time, the Duncans and David Robinsons and, Sean Elliott. Like, I'm just looking at the history. Like, they had solid defense. Bruce Bowen, come on. They've had defensive catalysts with some defensive specialists that can really get under people's skin.
Yeah, and Bruce Bowen, you talk about where 3 and D came from. Bruce Bowen. If you look up 3 and D in the dictionary, Bruce Bowen his face is in there, because that corner 3 and that defense, that's where it all started right there.
I'm trying to tell people, man.
I gotta ask you this. Pop has had a tough couple years. His wife passing, the playoffs. Yeah. How much longer do you think we got Pop in the NBA as a coach?
Pop loved the game so much that he might just it's like Jerry West still in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I probably another 3 or 5 years, man. He got a lot to give, man. He still got the fire, still got the energy, and even with the LaMarcus Aldridge, making him an all-star and a predominant, solid big man. When he first went to the Spurs, it was kind of now he's still giving us a good 20 and 10, or at least 18 and 8, and and with all the trades and the young core of guards and other players that they have, he still finds a way to be 20, 21 consecutive years in the playoffs without Duncan and Robinson. Come on, man. Yeah. Shout to Pop, man. One of the best of all time to do it.
I agree. And great point with Jerry West, who's been in the game for so long, but now he's more so in the background. But his impact is still being made, especially with that Clippers deal, with the impact that he's made, where he's gone. And I could definitely see Pop doing that. Pop being in the background and just making moves like that. But he really is the Spurs. Like, when you think about the Spurs, you think about a couple of people. You think about Tim Duncan, David Robinson. You think about Pop. You think about Kawhi. You think about Ginobili, Tony Parker. A lot of those guys. And I don't think he's going to be the coach there for as long as he wants, basically. I don't see any way of him going somewhere else. But I think he's there for as long as he wants to be there. He still has a great impact on the game. I love the post-game interviews, because they're always
I love it.
That's the Pop style. I'm gonna give it to you, or I may not give you anything, whatever it may be. That's the Pop style. So and we got D Murph on the line. Why Not Sports? I wanted to ask you about a question that came out this week, NFL wise. You got Zeke, you got Melvin Gordon. You got both of them talking about potentially holding out, and you have Le'Veon Bell and what he's done. What do you think a good position, or the good route for Zeke and Melvin Gordon to make to ultimately get the money that they want?
Well, first of all, for Zeke, Le'Veon Bell, it was his team. He wanted to hold out, and he wanted to come back, and then he felt like he should have got this. It was too much back and forth. And usually you can negotiate, but if you negotiate for so long, it's going to be, you're going to lose out. And ultimately, Le'Veon Bell, he lost out. Kind of go to a contender and make money to where now he's a New York Jet and getting paid with maybe a few, millions less than what Pittsburgh would have gave him. But to answer your question with Zeke, I think Zeke should see, I got my little man with me. But Zeke, shout out to the D Murph. Zeke should just put himself in a position to where he needs to stay out of the limelight. He's another alleged, case. where he's back in the limelight for doing wrong. And so right now for him to hold out, it's not going to be good because I'm not going to pay him any money if he's having issues off the field again. That's not what the organization is willing to do or pay you if you still putting yourself in any type of trouble.
And he's under contract. He's under contract for not just this year, but next year because they picked up his option. So it's kind of bad. It is bad timing. And I don't know if somebody else leaked this, but it does not look good for you, being that you just got away from Papa Goodell that didn't tear down the axe on you. So that's one of the guys. But what about Melvin Gordon, who's with the Chargers? I think he's good. I think he's probably like a second tier.
Yeah, he got potential.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon. I shout out to my co-host for Why Not Sports, Big Roy Boy Turner, alumni at University of Texas El Paso. And I told him, I said, man, Melvin Gordon, as talented as he is, somebody has to believe in his game, because when you think of the Chargers, you think of who? Phillip Rivers. You think of they're a passing team, not a running team. And Melvin Gordon, he's had his injuries as well. Again, if you're going to hold out, make sure you're on top of your game. Make sure you are somebody that people will, run around the world for. And with them two guys, I don't think people would really, have them high on their list. I mean, Zeke, because his talent, but overall, I don't think they're high on people's list when you think of running backs.
Yeah.
Especially when you got Alvin Kamara, ball, out of this world. Saquon Barkley for the Giants. I mean, it's at least 2 or 3 more running backs, man. That's pretty solid, especially as far as Melvin Gordon's case. Like, I don't even think you cracking the top 5.
That's the same thing I was saying.
You kind of hold out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't hold out unless you in the elite status.
And Zeke to me has the biggest argument because of what he's done over the years, and stats wise, it's a stats driven league, and you get paid on stats. And he's been a top 5 running back. But his off the field stuff stresses out the Cowboys organization. I know that it does because they're trying.
Dez Bryant, right? Thanks. Right. Numbers was one of the elite. Now, where is he at now? Hopefully he didn't. Obviously, he didn't learn. But continue.
Yeah. Hopefully he stays with the Saints, or if he is with the Saints still, I don't know. But it's going to come down to how the Cowboys are going to have to go about this. Because I talked about this just a minute ago. They have Amari Cooper, which they love. He was there for half a season, and you see what impact he made. You have Zeke, you know what you have. You have Dak, who I think is going to have his best year yet this year. And you got to pay, if you want to win, you got to pay all 3 of those guys. To me, that's going to be extremely difficult to do, and I don't know who the odd man out would be, because the Cowboys are kind of in that we love the player, but we're not. They're starting to get out of that just pay everybody because we like them. They're starting to pay people based truly on what they need and if they can impact the team. That's another part of it.
Yep, you're right. And it's about the results. And if you look at teams that has had multiple stars, like the Golden State Warriors, or that LeBron James and Bosh and Wade team with the Heat, somebody going to have to take that pay cut. Somebody going to have to renegotiate that contract to where you can, leverage it out to where everybody is okay with their contract as long as they're with that team. And if I were to choose, you want to keep Cooper. Pay him. If you want him to stay. Dak and Zeke, let's see what we can do to kind of tweak y'all contracts for a little bit.
Yeah.
But who would be the highest paid one? I know Cowboys fans, they might, I'm expecting first. I would say Dak. Only reason why I would say Dak because he's been the most consistent and the longest tenure.
Yeah. And
that's what I would say if I was the owner.
He's been clean. If you want a guy to be the poster child of your team, it would be Dak. The dude does not. You will never hear him in the news saying that he slapped somebody or that he pushed somebody down or anything like that. He is the guy that will be on everybody. Everybody that's a Cowboys fan will have the jersey. The kids will have the posters on the wall, and you can market your team after him and not have any issues. He's the full package. That's what Dak is.
I will say I will agree with that. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I will agree with that.
Yeah. So we got D Murph on the line. Why Not Sports? Let me ask you this one question, this last question before I let you go, and appreciate you for coming on. We have
no problem.
Pacquiao Thurman tonight. I don't know if you're boxing.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Who do you have? Who are you picking, Pacquiao or Thurman?
You know what? I'm gonna say Pacquiao because they're gonna give him a win.
They gonna give it to him? They gonna give it to him?
Because I said what I just said earlier in your show. It's business and it's entertainment. I didn't say a percentage, but and I know you laughing. My listeners that rock with me, this is what I do on my show. I'm not doing the analytics. And I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Pacquiao, and then he's gonna win out, and he's done.
Yeah,
he'll be done.
I thought the other way. I'm thinking he's gonna lose, and then he's done. But you're right, it is a business. And when there's money involved, a lot of things happen in the background. When there's money involved, things happen. Yep. It is not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. It's different. So,
yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, Pacquiao has lost his last couple of fights, right?
He lost one against, I think that guy's Joe Horn, I think was the guy.
Yep.
And then I think he's won his past 2, if I'm not mistaken. But he's 40. Okay. I mean, like at some point you got to ride off into the sunset.
It's kind of like Pacquiao. You gave a good run, high five to you. You went out on top. Enjoy your family, and just keep mentoring people like Oscar De La Hoya, and keep the boxing game strong because it's starting to ramp back up to that. You know, boxing was a lost sport for some years, but I believe now it's starting to gain its momentum.
Yeah, definitely.
With all the Wilders of the world and other, lightweights and middleweights and heavyweights that's come along doing pretty good.
Definitely. But appreciate you, man. I'm glad we was able to make this happen. Thank you for coming on the show. D Murph, where can everybody find the podcast? Is it available everywhere or just certain places?
Well, as of right now, it is available everywhere. It is. Unless it's a directory where you can't find us, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at It's D Murph. Email me, it's dmurph@yahoo.com. But appreciate you for allowing me to come on your show. And for those listeners, hopefully I was able to give you a different aspect as far as a sports host. And but I do this every week. I am definitely consistent with this thing called sports and podcasting. But appreciate y'all. And, check it out. Let me know what you think. And definitely catch you guys next time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll definitely link up to for me to get on yours too.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love what
yes,
you
sir.
do. So appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right, have a good one. All right, that was D Murph. Appreciate him for coming on the show. Why Not Sports? It's D Murph on Twitter. Also, it's D Murph, like he said, on Facebook. Our next caller coming up, my man St. Jones, coming up on the show in a couple of minutes. Came out with the new album, The Psalms, Volume 4, The Psalms Part 4, Fire album. I played it on Tuesday on the Dope Music Podcast. Each and every track, I'm in love with the delivery, the storytelling, everything. Shout out to Courtney Harden. Courtney Harden will be coming on the show in about 30 minutes. Can't wait to get his perspective on what's been going down this week. Also, Pacquiao versus Thurman. But yeah, man, we